someone sent me a message on Instagram where this police officer was involved in a shooting with a black driver, and was like, "What do you think of this video, 221B Tactical?" And I said, "Well, I think the police officer was on edge because the driver was not, being cooperative, and the driver was on edge because he's dealing with a police officer, and he probably has some background of maybe being in fear, whatever that may be." But what is people are talking about, like the percentage of these officer interactions with black folks and black people of color being shot by police officers. Although the one shooting that someone sent me, the police officer who shot the black man was black himself. I said, what are you talking about here? Like, so they try to make it a race thing, but that's not always a thing. It's a police thing. But we all know the numbers. The numbers are out there. The number of police, and now having done the job for 13 years, I have a little bit of a bias because I've done the job, but I try to keep a level head about it, and I know where some people are coming from when it comes for fear of the police. I get it. I've been pulled over. I deal with, John, you know this, I deal with racism every day. I deal with it on multiple different levels. I've dealt with it on the past. But let me talk about this. The percentage of police officers involved in shooting with young black people or people of color is like microscopic compared to the number of black people who are killed by other black people, the black on black crime. We talked about this. And this is a stat that is just glaring that people don't want to overlook. And and someone said,
"How dare you bring that up?
What do you think? What do you think about this?" I said, "What do I think about this? What do I think about it? Why are people focusing on the microscopic issue when the main issue, if you truly care about the lives of these people, is so glaring?" And so they're like, it's an issue, it's a problem. And I said, let me ask you something. If you had 2 water leaks in your house, you had a pipe burst that is gushing water, and then you have next to it a bathroom that has a sink where it has a little bit of a drip, and the water is dripping out of the sink, and you call the plumber, and you're like, "I got a major problem here. There's water. I need help. And the plumber came. To your house and said, "I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of this like leaking faucet." You'd be like, "Are you crazy, man? There's a busted pipe there that's blowing water out at 100 miles an hour, and you're gonna look at the faucet?"
It's a Band-Aid on a hatchet wound.
And it's not even. It's just focusing on the wrong thing.
90Q. What do I always say?
Yeah,
90% of the time on 10% of the problem.
Yeah. They're not
is,
even putting a Band-Aid on the hatchet. Like Suresh said, they're acting like that there is no fucking wound at all.
I'm like, it would be like the plumber was blind to the busted, burst pipe, gushing water, and is saying, "Hey, listen, we got to take care of these drops of water coming out of this thing. This is a problem. This is a major issue here. We need to focus on this sink right here. These drops of water. This is the focus, and this is outrageous. And we gotta change this faucet, and we gotta shut this down." And you'd be looking at this guy saying, "My man, do you not see like the 5 gallons per minute coming out of that pipe over there?" That is what I think about. There are young people of color getting killed by other young people of color or older people of color in these certain areas at an alarming rate. And they're like, "No, we got these police officer interactions where, this is is it a problem? And are there bad cops? Are there bad apples? There's bad doctors. There's bad lawyers. There's bad pharmacists. There's bad everything. But the reality is that's not the majority of the problem. Why are we focusing on this microscopic leak when there's a burst pipe pushing out water like a fire hose?